Hey, how many more interviews do we have to watch today? 3? Alright, let's get started. Oh, are we rolling?
Told me to start rolling 15 minutes ago.
Oh, come here. Let me show you what I've been working on. So, recently, I was informed of this coffee thing. I don't know what this is, but apparently it's pretty popular. And I tried one, and it was pretty awful. So, I decided that I was going to make the perfect cup of coffee. Now listen to me. Here's how you make a perfect cup of coffee. First of all, you start with the water. You get the hardest water you can. Glacial ice is fine. pH of at least 2, maybe more. Once you get that, you have your beans. I use moonbeans and Bush's baked beans for the consistency. Then you have to process them. It's really easy. It's a honey process. You just coat them in honey and a bear comes and cooks them for you. It's really nice and easy. But after that, you roast them. You roast them to the 3rd crack stage. They crack once, they crack twice, they crack 3 times, and they turn to diamonds. No one wants you to know that this exists, but it truly makes the best cup of coffee ever. So, after you get the 3rd crack, you need to grind it and brew it. Now, I just grind it by using the whole beans. They don't want you to think you can do that, but it makes fine coffee. Anyways, so you put it in a clever dripper. You do not put it in a French press. French presses are fake and make bad coffee. They will know if you make bad coffee. They know. Everyone knows. He will know. It will be bad. You don't use a French press. Use a clever dripper. You just put it in the clever dripper for like 20, 30 minutes, and it's wonderful. You made the perfect cup of coffee. Now, I went to like 4 different coffee shops. I went to Starbucks. I went to Royal House Coffee. I went to Starbucks, and they didn't like my research. I think they're threatened by it. They didn't understand a single word I was saying. I really don't get what they had going wrong. But I don't know.
Alex, you went to 4 separate Home Depots and then you yelled at the general manager for 15 minutes.
That makes some amount of sense.
And what is that?
See, that's the thing. I can't make heads or tails of that. I just don't get what that one is.
Really? Because it looks like a completely valid process flow diagram to make a fine cup of coffee, where you take roughly 120 grams of unroasted Nicaraguan beans, put them in a roaster, roast them, you'll get about 98.9 grams of roasted beans out of that. You put those into a grinder, you get about 76 grams of ground beans out of that, and you distribute those over 4 clever drippers. And at the same time, you take about 1,300 grams of water, put them in the kettle to boil, and after they've boiled, distribute that over 4 clever drippers, and let it steep for like 2.5 minutes, and you'll get about 1,027 grams of fine tasting coffee. So what have you been doing?
I don't know. I was making coffee.
It was the heist of a decade. A full pot of Java stolen right out from under my nose. What kind of sick freak steals coffee from the best detective this side of Samford, I'll never know. I didn't know where to start. No leads, no witnesses, just a dirty filter and a pot of grounds. All I knew was I was tired, grumpy, and decaffeinated. I went down to the station to bum some Joe. The chief owed me one after that Hugh Freeze scandal. Tasted like gutter water and crime. Not like my wrist. It woke you up gently in the morning. No jitters, no shakes. It was the kind of brew that stayed with you long after you brushed your teeth. It was a Nicaraguan bean. Bright, fruity, but we took it to full city. Went just before the 2nd crack. It was full, fruity, and fragrant. Enough acid to perk you up, but not enough to put you out. The aftertaste was nutty, chocolatey, with notes of cinnamon and justice. That brew was worth its weight in gold. I needed to find the secret, uncover the twisted web of lies, but the mug had gone cold.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to my stand-up meeting today. We're going to go over design project. So basically, what we're going to be looking at is energy usage, TDS and percent extraction, mass balance, and some future improvements. So this is sort of an overview of our energy. So basically, the vast majority is roasting, and then grinding, and then heating water is a little bit. Grinding is negligible; it's basically 0. if we look at the mass balance here, so basically TDS is 0.87% total dissolved solids. Percent extraction, here's our equation. So it's the total dissolved total dissolved solids times the mass of the group divided by the mass of the dry grounds, which yields 14.9% extraction. That's not. I'm so sorry. So we're just one moment, please. So what we're looking at is improvements that we could do in the future, which is decreasing roast energy, and that is making so that we circle back and operate on our deliverables to help ensure our core competencies are iterated on. The next point we have is optimizing our amount of water. We heated a little too much, so that's important. We need to pin the tail on the donkey, boil the ocean, and have interdisciplinary cross-competition to ensure we meet our markers. Yeah, so thank you for your time.
Those were the best interviews I've ever seen. They're hired.